How to find papers that cite another paper. Hope this will be useful to you and to the graduate student BJB. First of all, let me make a few introductory comments. It's very important for a PhD student to be able to do a good literature search. And one part of doing a literature search is to be able to find papers that are more modern or more recent than another paper that cite that paper. So if you know of one paper that's useful, you want to find more recent papers that are useful in similar ways. One good approach to that is to find papers that cite that original paper that you already know is useful. Okay, so let's see how to do this. Okay, the first thing to do is identify the paper that we want to find other papers that cite it. Here's a paper. We'll do this as an example. Here's the title. We're going to copy the title and the authors. And then we're going to find other papers that are more recent than this one that cite it. This paper is a 2008 paper, so it's a little bit out of date perhaps, and we want to find if there's any other more recent papers on this topic of technology forecasting. Okay, so step one. We're going to go to a site that will let us do this task. The site is scholar.google.com. This website is a large database of scholarly papers, and it also keeps track of which papers cite which other papers. Okay, so what we're going to do is we highlighted the title and authors here. Now we're going to go and paste that as the start of a query. Okay, but we're going to refine the query a little bit. Here's the title. We want to search on the title. We also, to help the search zero in on what we're looking for, we want to include the authors. But typically, oftentimes, authors are not listed with their full first and middle names, just their last name, usually just first and middle initials. So we're going to delete the first and middle names, just leave the last names of the authors. Barat, Woon, and Madnick. Okay, I'm going to click on the search button here. 1, 2, 3, click. And here it is. Sure enough, this is the paper. And as I mentioned, it does have the last names and initials only. Okay, so we found the paper on scholar.google.com. And now we want to find newer papers that cite it. Well, looking at the bottom of this entry, it says cited by 120. So there's 120 other papers are known to scholar.google.com that cite it. So let's click on this link. And now let's look at all these, we can start looking through all these papers and finding other reviews of technology forecasting. Okay, some of these will not be relevant. For example, this first one, forecasting technology success based on patent data. So a novel method for forecasting. All right, so this is not a survey or a review. It is simply a new, they're presenting new research. Might be useful, but it's not what we're looking for right now. How about this one? History of Western Future Studies, Exploration of Intellectual Traditions. This might possibly be a useful survey or review article. So we'll go ahead and highlight it. And we'll go over here and I'll just save it right here. Okay. Okay. How about this one? This does not look like a survey paper. It again looks like some original research. not a survey, not a survey, not a survey, not a survey, not a survey. Main concepts of technology analysis in the light of the literature on the subject. This could possibly be a relevant survey. So we're going to go ahead and highlight that, copy it, go back here and paste it. Okay. And we're just continuing the process. This does not look like a survey paper. Now that's the end of that page. We'll then go to page 2. I'm going to click on this little 2 here. 1, 2, 3, click. Brings up a new page here. Okay, not a survey. 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 This might be, let's see, this paper reviews the literature. Okay, so it's a survey of some sort. May be relevant. Always call it later. Meanwhile, for now, we'll highlight it, copy it, paste it. Okay. Go back. How about review on technology forecasting methods and their application area? Yes, that looks like a survey. This is not a very reputable publication, unfortunately, but for purposes of this exercise, we'll go ahead and copy it. It might still be a decent paper. It's hard to tell. And we'll go ahead and save it. Okay, not a survey. Not a survey. Okay, so we'll go to page 3. I'm not going to go through all the pages, but just to give you an idea, we'll go through a few more. Not a survey, not a survey, not a survey, not a survey. How about this? Conceptual review of technology forecasting and technology assessment methodologies. That's definitely a survey. So we'll go ahead and highlight that one, copy it, paste it. All right, so now we can say, let's say we go through the entire list, all the pages. We haven't done that, but we've done enough to see how it can work. And we can now save this. Go ahead and save as, save it in our downloads just for our current purposes. And we're going to save it as, we could save it as a Word document. This is, we stored it in Word, but no, we're going to save it as a web page, particularly a web page filtered, which just gets rid of some of the Microsoft Word specific annotations in the HTML that are not, that just kind of clutter it up. Go ahead and save it. Okay, so later on, one could, you could click on that file, bring it up, and it'll bring it up in a web browser. You can click on these links and so on very conveniently to check out these papers in more detail. So, again, I'll just close by mentioning that this is a real convenient way to do it. There's no paywall, no login. Anybody in the world with an internet connection can do it, and you can do it too. So I hope you found this useful, and And I hope DJV will also find it useful. Thank you and have a good evening.